Hello, students. My name is Mr. Craig Bullock, and I'm your career specialist for the School of Business and Management and Community Health and Policy here at Morgan State University. Today, we're going to talk about career aspiration. So I know there's a lot of you out there that don't know what you want to do with your career, don't know what you want to do is for your career, or maybe you're majoring in something where you only think you can do one or two things. We're going to explore some of those here today, but we're going to first talk about, before I get started, let's actually talk about the resources we provide in the resources and services we provide in the Center for Career Development here at Morgan State University. So one of the things we provide is career advising. So what does that mean? So as a career advisor, we can assist you with any of these listed things on the screen. So we're going to cover career assessment today. However, you can schedule an appointment via Starfish with me, so I'm your career specialist. Or if you happen to be in this class and you're not a business major, I will cover your career specialist later on in this presentation. But in these sessions, you can get resume and cover letter assistance. You can get job search, internship assistance. You can get on-campus. So we provide on-campus recruitment. So what that simply means is we bring employers to campus and they are here to interview you, Morgan students. It's a little bit different because of COVID. So now employers select their day and they're hosting virtual interviews with only Morgan students. We also provide mock interviews. We bring employers in to just allow you to practice and improve your interviewing techniques. We also have a tool called Big Interview if you wanted to use that to practice your interviewing techniques. We also have a career closet. I think about when I was a freshman in college. I did not have a suit when I first came to college. What's very fortunate is that Morgan has a closet where you can go and retrieve a gently used suit and some new suits actually for free. It's currently located in Tyler Hall. However, due to COVID, we're not currently operating the career closet. Once the ban has been lifted, we will be operating the career closet again. We also have career fairs. We host career fairs. So I know Mr. Davis already, your retention specialist already sent the career fair event that's happening on October 15th. Make sure you register, you RSVP, and I expect to see you there. We will have internships for freshmen as well. So I think about internships. I remember a freshman student last year received an internship that pays more than what I get paid now, to be honest. But so just letting you know, the average internship rate is $19.06 an hour. So while you're, doubting yourself or not applying to these internships, I mean, other people are. And you want to make sure you're competitive once you graduate. And no one is better than you. You're here at Morgan State University. So you can obtain these internships with these companies. So let's actually get to the presentation. So you're going to be able to articulate your VIS. By the end of this presentation, you're going to be able to identify 1 to 3 pathways that align with your particular career interests, or your career theme. You're going to be able to identify, we want you to identify a next step as well after this presentation. So VIS is values, interests, skills, and personality. So it uses all of those skill sets to provide you a sense of career direction. Now, it's not a crystal ball. No, it's not saying you must do this, but it is providing you some type of framework and guideline to assist you in your journey, with your career exploration journey. So I know you all taking my plan. Thank you. And with your My Plan results, you have 6 themes. It identified 2 for your top 2. You have all of these themes. You possess all of these themes, but you pull on certain ones more than others. And that's what My Plan helped you decipher. So let's go over the 6 themes. Let's start off with realistics. These are the people that prefer doing hands-on work. These are your mechanics, your traditional, your engineer. A lot of people in engineering tend to have this skill trait. So it's not saying there's a particular major for each skill trait, because you're gonna notice that certain careers fall up in different skill traits. It just fall up into different themes. You'll see that throughout the presentation. But one of the things I want you to pay attention to is the personal trait for your particular theme set, is because you're gonna need that later on during this presentation. And so we talked about the different careers that's aligned with doers. So the power plant operator, surveyor. We're going to explore another way to identify some more of these careers, because I can't list them all on this website, or this presentation, or you will be very overwhelmed. So the next theme is the investigator. These are your thinkers. These are people that prefer to do answer complex problems, intellectual thinking. These are analytical, your legit, your intellectual, curious. Like, those are different traits that align with the thinkers. These are the people that tend to experiment. These are the people that like to analyze, problem solve, experiment. So different careers that align with that is economists, programmers, computer systems. So a lot of your information systems and the majors may align with this particular theme. So your next one is your artistic. So your artistic theme these are your people that we like to call the creators. They really love self-expression. They like to be around new things. They like to be around creative people. They're very imaginative. They are very sensible, spontaneous. And so you'll notice physical therapy, interior design, art director, all of these particular things fall in line with, all of these particular careers fall in line with the artistic theme set. So the next one is enterprising. So this actually used to be my number 1. So I didn't give you a little background. So my undergraduate degree is in marketing. This actually used to be my number 1 when I first went to college. And it's really because I love influencing and leading people. And still to this day, I still love, because my number 1 and number 2 flips depending on the day, because they're really close to each other. And one of the things I want you to pay attention to is that these are your advisors. These are your public relations. So one of the things is you see advisors here and persuader. You're going to see that again in another thing. So they're just showing you that each career overlaps in multiple themes. And that's why it's so important to use the holistic collection of data to help make your decisions, to guide you, because like I mentioned earlier, you have them all. So let's go to the next one. And here's my number 1 right now, but what's my number 2 when I was your age, which I told you they flip back and forth now because I just love being in a position to be a helper. I get a reward by just students like yourself coming to me and saying, "Hey, Mr. Bullock, I obtained that internship. Hey, Mr. Bullock, I obtained that full-time job opportunity. Hey, Mr. Bullock, I got an interview with Bank of America or Wells Fargo, Goldman Sachs." Like, those those are the things that I particularly live for, because it just knows that I'm being helpful, I'm being compassionate, I'm being friendly, I'm being generous, I'm being able to teach you, I'm being able to provide you a service to help elevate your particular career. Um, so what I want you to do is make sure you remember, your personal traits, because we're gonna go back to that again. And your last thing is the conventional. These are your organizers. These are your people that love data. They love to be able to take data and make decisions. These are people that tend to be very task oriented. So these are your accountant, your financial analyst, your web developers, your architect. So the particular thing that goes into it. So I'm sorry, let me go back into this one. These are your people that like order. They're very detail oriented. They're very conservative. They like processes. So there's a list of themes. So out of your 6 themes, you have 1 or 2 that they identify. I want you to take your first one, and I want you to write down 2 skills, personality traits, skills that aligns with your particular theme. Pause the video and go ahead and do that now. You may have to go back to the video to pick up your 2, or you may remember them. Hopefully you remember them. So your first theme is really what motivates you, and it creates your interest in. These are the things that you go by and make you excel in your particular position. So the second one is where you want to work, where your work values lie. So mine is being able to persuade others, being able to persuade you as a student to do an internship, to invest into your personal career success. So each theme doesn't work alone. There's a blend of different themes. So like advertising is a combination of enterprising and artistic. So I actually used to work in advertisement. I used to work in digital marketing, and it was something I actually loved doing, because just being able to influence others to click my particular ad online, and just using words to entice you to purchase my company's product, which was White House Black House Market back then. So we have another exercise. We want you to use ONET to research 3 career pathways that you could consider based on your individual theme. And we want you to identify the education level you need. We want you to be able to identify the salary earnings. And we want you to be able to identify if it's a growing field or whether it's a sustainable field. And that's what bright future field and green means. Growing field and sustainable. So I want you to go online, and I want you to go to onetonline.org. And I want you to type in, let's type in E for enterprising. You can type in S, you can type in any of your themes. You can actually write them all out, but you can also just type in the first letter and it will pull up all your themes. So let's click on Information Systems Manager. So in your task, so what it first does is it provides you different job titles that may be the same as Computer and Information System Manager. So these are the job titles you may find out there. And then it provides you the tasks that you'll be doing. It provides you the technology skills that you will need to work in this industry. So you're a freshman now. Go ahead and start teaching yourself some of these. It'll actually make you more marketable it's time to apply for internships as well. So it also provides you knowledge. It provides you skills, provides you work activities. Now let's get down to what I asked you to learn. So I asked you to learn about the education level requirement. So for this particular position, 48% of the people that works in this field has a bachelor's degree and needs a bachelor's degree. And there's about 14% that needs a master's, and then there's 26% that don't need any degree at all. And what you want to use this for is if you click on a particular field that majority of people uses master's degree, so you need to actually probably start thinking about getting the master's if you happen to click on the job title that you're interested in that needs a master's. So you also notice the interest code is ECI. So just type in by typing in E, this is what pulled up. And you see that it lists 4 different themes that people tend to work with that's in this field. So to read what I want you to take notice is that if you type in C, this will come up. If you type in I, this will come up. So it's just to provide you that's the overall holistic view on your particular positions. So it also provides you wage and employment trends. So we already clicked on the state of Maryland. You can also click on, if you want to move to another state, it provides you other states wages as well. So the medium wage is $70.37. Typically, when you're starting in the field, it's about $38.80. But interesting enough, there was an information system student that obtained an internship that made more than I do right now. He made more than this $38,800. But what's great is that he had an awesome GPA, so he was able to find a real competitive internship for his field. So make sure you're really excelling in your classes because it can make your internship search much easier in the future. And that's pretty much what it is to utilize this resource. I want you to do it for at least 3, remember. And I also want you to identify if it's a bright outlook. And so we didn't cover the bright outlook. So if it's a sun beside it, that means it's a growing industry. If it's a green, that means it's a sustainable industry. So it can be a sustainable and a growing industry at once, yes. So make sure you write that down when you write down your position. So I want you to pause the video again and do that for 3 potential careers. I gave you one if you was in any of those 4. You can feel free to use that one if you want it, but you still need to come up with 3 in total. So next, I hope you paused the video. So welcome back. Now we're going to talk about all the different things you can do with your major. So business administration doesn't have business administration and it doesn't have entrepreneurship, but business studies and business analytics will be the things that will align directly with your particular major. We also have hospitality that won't show. It will show up as hotel, restaurant, and tourism. And won't show information systems. It show management information systems. And it won't show service and supply chain management. It'll show supply chain / logistics. So this is actually, what can I do with this major is actually inside of my plan as well. But if you don't want to go back into my plan, you can actually go to the actual website, which is, so to get to the website, what can I do with this major? Make sure you go through Morgan State University's webpage, because otherwise they're going to try to charge you. it's a paid service that we provide our Morgan State students. So you go to morgan.edu/career development, and if you click on for students, this page actually provides you pretty much all the resources that you can use as a student here in the Center for Career Development. Not all of them, but just quite a few. And you want to scroll down until you get to what can I do with this major. So we're going to use, so click view all majors. So we're going to use finance. So finance, in finance you can work in corporate and public finance. Here's all the different types of positions you can work in. You can work in the private, all the different types of employers you can work for. You can work in banking. Here's a general, so it doesn't list like the employer names, but it lists like the types of employers. You also have employers for the banking. You can also work in insurance, personal financing, real estate, investment banking, money management, accounting. So you'll see, even with this finance degree, you can still do accounting work. We're going to go a little bit more into details with the next one, which we're going to do business studies. So on this, it does list each one, but one of the things I didn't cover was it gives you strategies on how to make yourself more marketable in that industry. And you should really take ownership of this, because this is where you take charge of your personal development. So you'll see you have, in business study, you have management, you have sales, you have insurance, you have banking, you have real estate. So one of the things I really wanted you, did this for, is because I wanted you to see you can do quite a few of their finance type positions. And it goes for a lot of majors as well, just by having this business administration degree. Now there's certain things that make, like there's certain employers that may prioritize, finance or like information systems. They may prioritize you. Information systems is a little weird, so let's not use that as an example. But they may prioritize you with any of these fields. So, but it doesn't mean you can't particularly do that industry just because you have a degree in that major. You have a degree with that major. So we're wrapping up the presentation, but what I wanted you, the most important thing I want you to learn from this presentation is that when you're searching for an internship or you're trying to figure out what you want to, if you feel confused about what you want to do for a career, you have resources. Feel free to reach out to me and I will assist you along your journey. And here's our team. I mentioned to you, if you happen to be in this class and you're not a business major, I wanted to explain to you who your career specialist would be. So we have the education and behavior sciences cluster, which she covers the School of Education and Urban Studies and School of Social Work majors. Then we have the College of Liberal Arts and School of Journalism and Communications majors career specialists. However, you can reach out to any one of us right now while we're in the middle of hiring your new career specialist. We also have the School of Architecture and Planning and School of Computer Mathematics and Natural Science and School of Engineering career specialists. And then you have myself, which covers School of Business and Community Health and Policy. So typically we have a question and answer section, but what I want you to do is be able to follow us online. Please follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and because we're always posting career events, make sure you log into your eBear account and you look at the employers that's coming. Go in and apply for some internships. Yes, do that now. Because employers are starting to search applications are starting to close for the 2001 spring semester interns. Yes, you have employers still recruiting all the way up to the summer. However, some employers, they're closing their internship application process right as we speak. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at craig.bullock@morgan.edu. Again, that email is Craig, CRAIG .Bullock, BULLOCK @morgan.edu. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this presentation. I hope you learned something, and please reach out if you have any questions.